we get my hook.
Then save the world.
Deal? Really? Blow dart in my butt cheek.
It's your here. Welcome back to my channel. Back with another video, another banger. If you're new here, hi, my name's Dom. I'm Dom Del Cielo, and I do make mythology videos, which is one is today, where I do my makeup while telling you the origins and the story of a beloved travelers around the world. So if that's your style, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also do political commentary. I'm still getting to it. It's still editing it, but it's gonna be up soon. I promise. Especially for this month. It's Pride Month, baby! Yeah! So last month was May, which is Age-Specific Highlander month. Age-Specific Highlander Heritage Month. And I gave y'all the choice of using princesses. So the princesses for both May and June using the same princess. So you have the choice between Moana of Motunui, represented for Polynesia, Pacific Islander heritage, and Jasmine from Latin, represented for the Middle East and West Asia. And y'all chose Moana of Motunui. So it's all about the origins of her story, and her story that was amazing, and the characters that influenced from Polynesian culture, which is such beautiful culture. So if you're ready to learn, ready to be entertained, if you're ready to just enjoy the next half hour, make sure you just stay tuned and make sure to like that and share with your friends, because I mean, like, I just want more friends in the Dom family, you know. That's all I need. All you need is a day. I really want to make sure my skin looks, well, my skin looks like trash, but I'm going to make sure you guys see everything from start to finish. And I'll have all the prices down below. These are cute little cream shop eye patches to get on an eye area. You know, I should with that, so yeah, let's begin. Now, Disney released their tale of the story of Moana in 2016 that starred Pacific Islander big shots like Auli'i Kalapalo as Moana, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Maui, and Nicole Scherzinger, Pussycat Dolls, as Sina, who is Moana's mom, which I don't know, I didn't catch, that didn't sound like her, but I think, now that I know, it's so much cooler. And so much cooler that both Nicole and Auli'i were both did their roles in the Hawaiian version of the film as well, but like that translation, so that's really cool. As any banger is, you want your musical to be great, make sure that the store's in bilingual mode, Brenda. Like, who else really could make that clap like it did? Quick summary of Moana, Disney's Moana, just in case y'all forgot. So the movie opens, we are learning about the made-up fictional island of Motunui and their inhabitants. The inhabitants of Motunui worship a goddess that is Mother Earth named Tefiti. We learn Tefiti's origin story in the beginning of the movie. Okay, so as it's told, Tefiti brought the world to life through the ocean using a Pomono stone as her heart, with the source of power. The Pomono stone is her heart with the source of power. But Maui, the shape-shifting demigod, steals her heart to give mankind the power of creation. But all that does is cause Tefiti, the mother goddess, to disintegrate, and then Taka to attack the people and all creatures. Taka is like the volcanic demon of destruction. So hundreds and thousands of years later, we get to meet Moana. Moana's parents are Motunui's chiefs, and they are training her to be the next chief. So because she has to prepare to be the next chief, they try to keep her away from the ocean. But she's drawn to it her whole life. Like, even though I feel like it was low-key kind of obvious, like they did literally name this girl Ocean, so. But when Moana's 15 years old, tragedy strikes the island, the fish population decreases exponentially, and the vegetation is constantly dying. You see the coconuts and they're like all like disintegrated inside. So that's no good, because people need to eat. Now, the chief doesn't want to leave anyone to leave the island to solve the problem, but Moana's like, I don't know if we can find the solution here. Like, he tries to continue on like normal, but, you know, Moana's trying to figure out how we can, you know, fix this problem. And then her grandmother, Tala, shows her this cave that has their history of the people being voyagers. And this cave also has like secret ships. Also tells, her the story of Maui stealing Te Fiti's heart. It basically explains to Moana that Taka, the volcanic demon, is the one poisoning all the food and all the livestock, and that her darkness can only be cured by returning Te Fiti's heart. Or, in other words, restoring Te Fiti's heart to her, returning it back to her. Same kind of deal. With this information, Moana decides, hey, I'm just gonna basically just go hit up Maui and ask him to help me, give the heart back to Te Fiti so everyone can have their food and water and such. So she resolves to take one of these boats and the ocean. So eventually she lands on an island where she does find Maui, and she's like, hey, let's together. He's like, no, I want to do this by myself, but thank you for the boat so I can go fix this problem that I caused, which is a lot for a man to do. I mean, it's caused him to just run away, but he shouldn't come fix it at least a little bit, being like halfway decent. Like, he tries to ditch her on the island, tries to ditch her on the ocean. Well, the ocean, he was pulling her back. So he learns the hard way that they're meant to do this mission together. Restoring the heart of Te Fiti. Basically, at this point, they're just acquaintances. One of the first challenges that they have is taking on the coconut pirates. Say you're welcome. And like the big ass crab with the objects on his voice, with the objects on his ass, named Tamatoa, who definitely is voiced by some variation of ninja, for sure. Like, sin duda. Moana and Maui escape Tamatoa. Maui reveals that he was abandoned by his human parents. Which, of course, is like the saddest thing ever to hear. You want to abandon your parents, your kids' parents. Maui's parents had abandoned him as an infant, which made the gods take pity on him, decided to give him some powers. Which is weird, kind of how his sessions manifested. The way this blends, though, I love this blend. So yeah, he basically wants to redeem himself by restoring the hearts to Fiti. And then, they start to go a little closer, they become friends, and Maui starts to teach Moana the art of sailing, and things like that, to be a good voyager. As what people used to be, wild. But finally, they arrive to the island of Taka. But, finally, as they're on their journey, getting to know each other, they arrive to Te Fiti's island, but they are attacked by, again, the volcanic demon Taka. So, once they see Taka's big ass, he wants to bail. Maui wants to dip out. But Moana's like, no, we've come this far. We've come too far to leave now. Okay, grow some balls, please. Put on your big boy pants, and let's get her done, okay? Because we did not come this way. I can't count. To just run back like little punks, what kind of story is that?
This does not define.
And as they're battling the sea and the storm, Moana starts singing to Taka. Remember who you are. You know who you are. And of course, like that, with her hand holding Tafiti's heart. Taka takes Tafiti's heart, and what do you know? Suddenly she transforms. Taka transforms into Tafiti, the wonderful happy mother goddess now. Yay! They did it, y'all. And of course, Tafiti, now that she's been restored, heals the islands and the vegetation and the fish and things like that. Maui apologizes to Tafiti. Oh yeah, and he is like one of the main things about his hair. He has a fish hook. Gets his fish hook back. So Moana bids farewell to Tafiti and Maui. Here's back to her island of Motunui, where parents are proud and they make her chief. For their people to become their people become voyagers again, and everyone lives happily ever after. When you wish, I know. Somebody on this island. More backstory. So May was set as Asian Heritage Month to commemorate the Japanese immigrants that came to the U.S. in May of 1683. Sorry, in May of 1863. Get on the brush, bro. Japanese people that came to the USA in May of 1843. As you know. Get in my bag, cannot count. Cannot count. Also, the date in May is to commemorate the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad across the USA. And this month is meant to encompass all cultures across the Asian continent and Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia. Specific islands. Now, Polynesia refers to the islands of like Hawaii, New Zealand, Samoa, Tonga, Easter Island, and some more to name a few. But there's like maps you can find what Polynesian islands look like. Polynesia, Melanesia, Micronesia. Also fascinating. A lot of these cultures have been like very radically altered by Western colonialism, but have still remained some true, important, and key common factor. Part of the tradition is that tattoos play a big part of the culture, and to demonstrate one, social status in their genealogy. Also, in some parts are seen as a sign of sexual maturity. It's interesting to me. It's so fascinating. Like, for example, Hawaiian people are known for having these distinctive floral symmetrical designs for their tribal tattoos. Maori of New Zealand and Easter Island are also known for like their wood carvings and stone carvings. Easter Island has definitely always been a big fascination of the Europeans. And Polynesian food has variations of like fish, various seafoods, vegetables, and like rice. I feel like across Asia, rice is very much like a staple food. It's actually the food that made them able to create empires, the surplus, but it's a whole topic there. Hopefully I don't sound terrible saying this, but like when I think of Polynesian food, I mostly tend to think of poke, and I love poke so much. It's so good. It's Hawaiian food. I like that. Like when I think Polynesian food, that's what I think of. It's delicious and nutritious. Like if you ever have a chance to get poke, get you some poke. And everything, you'll love it. Delicious and nutritious. It's like the best thing ever. Now it's said that Disney's Moana pulls mostly from Hawaiian and Maui traditions, which kind of makes sense if like those are probably two of the most known like Polynesian groups. Even though I think Samoa was kind of popular too, but I think because of the acquisition by the US probably is really what makes like Hawaii a really well-known Polynesian island. And of course, the name Moana is ocean in various Asian languages, and various Polynesian languages to be more specific, right? Like Tongan, Samoan, which is like those. There's a lot of debate about whether Moana is an original character or if she's based off of the goddess Moana from Polynesian tradition. My brain. And the Hawaiian goddess Moana's full name is Moana Nui Ka Lehua, but she does go by Moana for short. Thank goodness to us, because I'm about to mess her name up like at least a billion times. Sorry, guys. Now, it said that Moana Nui Ka Lua is a Polynesian goddess that was either like part fish or part mermaid, and she inhabited the ocean that's in between the islands, between the Hawaiian islands of between the islands of Kauai and Oahu. Basically, her duty was to guard the Kahi Channel, two shark gods named Kuna and Kande. I love the names, so I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Names are fire. Sorry, I keep messing them up though. Also, she did have the power to summon storms, which is pretty dope. Can't lie, that's pretty cool. I wish I could summon storms. I would have so much fun summoning storms all my life. Now, unlike the Disney princess, Goddess Moana was kind of petty, which of course I love that for any woman character. You know,
I'm a big advocate for women's rights, but I also am a bigger advocate for women's wrongs.
So she prevented Pele, the volcano goddess, from being with her human lover, Luiao. Petty already. By brewing a storm, so the couple couldn't be married. Wild. And you level of petty, but I love it. It is also tradition, and said that Moana's spirit metastasized into a tree that is considered one of Hawaii's most sacred trees. Which is fascinating. This reminds me of like Once on This Island. And she became a tree. She's just like, okay, I guess that's one way to end things. Praise to Buddha. Now, Disney's depiction of Maui is almost completely accurate from what Polynesian tradition that there is. In Polynesian tradition, he is still a shape-shifting trickster demigod. But the main thing that they did change about his appearance was him being like a little heavier and also being like more mature. But I feel like I get it from like who they hired to play Maui, because I would not believe, like with Dwayne The Rock Johnson's voice, I would not believe that was a teenager talking if I just like hearing his voice. So I think it was kind of smart for them to make him a little older. Also, just like these, or it makes sense too that he's helping Moana as well. Like, I think it was a good move on their part, but I know it did cause a lot of controversy because there's common stereotypes of people being Polynesian, of them being overweight. No, I don't think like Maui looked overweight, but you know, it's not my culture to say. But I'm just saying, I understand the creative liberty that Disney took there, just to give the story a little bit more continuity. But according to tradition, that Maui is actually depicted as a little skinny dude who is on, and I quote, on the verge of manhood, right? He's like maybe, 12, 13, I think. So at the verge of manhood, I think. So I'm gonna need that boat. You're welcome. 'Cause I'm gonna need that boat. And the chronicles of Maui's life are known as the Maui myths, and are told by the native Maori people of all different Polynesian islands. And then also too, Maui did have a run-in with little Miss Moana Nikalua. Miss Moana Nui Kaluha. Oh, I said right, Nui Kaluha. And apparently she had like stolen his fish hook. He went to get it back, and he captured her and brought her back to the shore. And, you know, I believe there's other versions like where he tries to kill her. It's kind of wild with that one, but I have traveled further.
Lastly, we're going to talk about the Polynesian goddesses that inspired Tika, Te Fiti, and the ocean. They are Pele, the goddess of fire and volcanoes, Namaka, and Papa Hanumoku, mother goddess slash creator. She's very similar to Papa, if you remember the mother creator from the More People in a previous video. And Moana Te Fiti is the mother creator and is the beginning and returns at the end. Now, Papa Hanumoku is the creator goddess of Hawaii, meaning broad place who gives birth to islands. Her husband, Weka, Skyfather, are all ancestors of all people in Kalo and the islands. In the Disney version, the ocean didn't speak or have a name, but it's understood that it has its character and divine power to choose Moana to save the people. So Namaka is the ocean goddess of Hawaii, whose parents are Hiamea and Kuwailio. She has the plethora of siblings, kind of like Telemekiai, Kapo, Hiaka, remember this name, and Pele, the volcano goddess. So Pele and Namaka were very much enemies because they were total opposites. Their rivalry created the Hawaiian Islands because basically Namaka kept sending tidal waves to Pele's home islands of far Kiaki. So Pele and her family got tired of Namaka's antics, and they finally got in a canoe, and they were able to escape Namaka, and they couldn't hide to where they couldn't reach her. So Namaka saw the smoke signals, and Namaka followed Pele through the islands. When she finally settled on the islands of Mananoa to hide for the ocean waves. And then Pele and Namaka have been battling ever since. To this day, Pele's eruptions have made Hawaii's volcanoes, and they flow hot to the sea, symbolizing the match and strength of between earth and fire. I think it's so funny. Like, literally chasing her everywhere. I was like, I think it's my favorite story so far. Like, that's just so petty. Like, you're literally chasing her everywhere so she can't settle down in one place in the ocean. But I think also, too, I love the pettiness of, like, Moana's character. Like, oh, goodness. These demigods are something else. But, yeah, let's finish up with the story of Moana. And I love this.
Hey y'all, I'm still here. It's the final look for Moana. I actually did buy like the little necklace too for like a kid's costume. It's probably to fit around my neck. I had a big ass, well, I don't have that much of a neck anyways. But let me know what you guys think of this story down below. It's gonna wrap up some final morals and what we can learn from this. So basically, the more Moana is really layered and fascinating. I feel like there's a lot of things you can get from the story and from like the movie itself. A few takeaways I have are like have patience with yourself and with others, to face your fears, and by facing your fears, you can really learn that you're stronger than you think you are. Listen to your heart for fulfillment. Kindness brings life to the world. Of course, we saw that with Taka and Te Fiti, with Moana brought them back their heart. And that honestly, like, it's the big takeaway. No matter how bold or quiet or loud or confident we are, we always want to be loved. So I love that both the original and Disney versions of Moana reflect so many beautiful things about Polynesian culture, from the tattoos to the connection to nature and the respect for so many living things, as well as the history of being voyagers and the importance of family. They also do, in the part in the movie that they are referencing is called The Long Pause, when Polynesians have Polynesian people had stopped traveling. So that's interesting. So it's very historically accurate on. They did have like a lot of cultural creators come in to help them, so that's really good. I love when that happens. I love like seeing the authentic stories. And yeah, I really enjoyed. Yeah, I really like the importance of family. I feel like that's really universal across cultures, but especially for like people who like ethnic people who aren't white. They call it filial piety in like East Asia. I know Latino people and Black people, we all have some sort of form of this, but you really respect and learn from your elders. And points like a family bond. So like I'm close to some of my cousins, close to my sister, my mom, my dad kind of. So it was important to me. Yeah, and then I think it was interesting that I actually did see an article talking about the Kukumari, I believe it's the Kangol people that they were fighting. That I guess some people did feel like that was offensive because coconut is also like a derogatory term. Well, not derogatory, but like it's a term used to describe someone that's ethnic but whitewashed. So like brown on the outside, white on the inside. Also see banana, like yellow on the outside, white on the inside. Then me, I've been called an Oreo, which is black on the outside, white on the inside. So I feel you guys. We should make like a whole club for formerly ethnically whitewashed people. Identity crisis. I think that would just be a hit. But and I think my favorite things about this story, of course, you know, the culture is beautiful. The women's empowerment is beautiful. I love that they were making her chief and we're trying to find like, having her marry a man. Or I think that's probably my favorite part. Like, that she didn't have to have a lover interest. And everything was platonic. And yeah, I love that. Actually, I do love that there's no romance and she doesn't really need anyone to help her. I guess Maori helps like train her, but like at the end, she really is the one who brought us home to like finish the mission, you know. And yeah, I love that too. Like they let the teens be teens. Like she looks like an actual teenage girl. You know, now chunkier. I feel like I kind of like can. It's like someone I would know maybe. So I do like I love that they like don't have her like all made up. I am, but like have her all made up. They have her looking like an actual teenager, Ali, he did an amazing job voicing her. And I think I've enjoyed learning this much about Polynesian culture, and I'm so excited that I have another story that I can tell you this later on this month with Pele. So make sure if you love Polynesian cultures and stories, make sure to stay tuned and make sure to subscribe, because actually I already did one about Raji and Papa, which is the creation story of the Maori people. So if you want more, make sure to subscribe to this channel. And that's all I have for today. I enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I love you. Have a great day, night, weekend, life. Bye.